Hello everyone and welcome to today's Power Up Masterclass on how to scale the next generation of customer self-service. My name is Sebastian Glock and I'm Head of Product Marketing at Cognigy. So what are we going to cover in today's masterclass? We hope that you will leave here with a deep understanding of the importance of knowing your customers' needs and journeys, how vital it is to have an outstanding cross-functional team that forms the center of excellence, and how to go about using a transformational approach that doesn't just focus on bot building, but embraces the disruptive potential of AI in customer service. Today, I'm extraordinarily happy to welcome our guest speaker to the masterclass, someone who has outstanding expertise in the practice of delivering superior experiences at scale through innovation. Satesh Kumar is a conversational AI enthusiast and currently works as a senior program manager and analytics lead in the conversational AI space. He plays an active role in contributing to the continued growth of the conversational AI business across E.ON. E.ON Group is one of the largest and most well-known energy networks and infrastructure operators in Europe, with more than 75,000 employees and over 50 million customers across Europe. Satesh, thank you very much for being our guest in today's Power Up Masterclass. The stage is yours.
So thank you, Sebastian, for the excellent, context setting. So once again, on my behalf, I invite one and all for this webinar on delivering superior and differentiated customer experience through conversation. So this is a case on botification at E.ON, right? This is a term that we kind of coined internally. So let's shortly look into the aspects. So this is the agenda that we will be following for the next 20 minutes. First is on the E.ON transformative story. It's a story on what were the challenges that we faced, what methodologies we adopted, and where we are today, some innovations, and where we want to go tomorrow. And the second topic is like a spotlight on the conversational experience at SM. So this is one of our, state-of-the-art program at Essent, which is also an award-winning program. And we would also talk in detail about this. Now, before getting into the agenda topics, let's get some basics right? So let's try to understand what conversational experience is all about. So we define conversational experience as the art and science of delivering personalized customer engagements through conversations. So let's try to understand these two words, art and science, right? The science part is pretty clear, because we are talking about, chatbots, voice bots, machine learning, and deep learning algorithms and whatnot, right? But let's try to understand the art part. We call conversational experience as an art because the conversational experience solutions has got done that one unique characteristic that none of the other solutions in the world has. Yes, you heard me right. I mentioned none of the other solutions in the world. The reason for which I tell that is, when you're putting a conversational experience solution in front of a customer, right? Say in case you're deploying a chatbot or a voice bot, you're basically putting a personality of an organization in front of the customer. The personality could be a cool and friendly bot, or a formal and professional bot. It could be a male version, female version of the bot, or a neutral version of the bot. Also, when you talk about voice bot, the tone of the voices, a lot of things matter. So that's why we call this as an art, and it's very important that we get the right mixture of the art and science to deliver superior customer engagement. Also, I would be using this term called conversational experience solutions through this webinar. And what I mean is like whole 9 yards of conversational solutions, such as chatbots, voice bots, in-app messaging, social messaging, and live chat. That's what I refer to as conversational experience solutions. Now let's look into the next slide, where I'm talking about how embedding digital assistants into customer engagements will deliver superior experience. All of us know about few aspects such as 24/7 availability, personalized experiences, and omni-channel experiences. So I'm not going to talk about those aspects, but I'm going to focus on two aspects. One is the opportunity angle. Next one is the psychological angle. Let's try to see the opportunity angle, right? One statistic says that there are around 6 billion people who are using messaging. So that's almost the world's population, right? And so that's the opportunity angle. And let's talk about the personality angle, right? Or the psychology angle, right? We live in this world of instant gratification, right? All of us want our calls to be answered immediately, our messages to be answered immediately. We kind of check when our WhatsApp message was delivered, if it is, read or unread. We do all sort of things, right? So this is the psychology of today's customers. So this kind of presents immense opportunity to business. So when you are putting your bots, be it your chat bot or voice bot or agents, into this messaging channel, there is an opportunity that all of your customers are on this channel, the 6 billion population that I spoke about, and also their attitude of having this instant gratification. So when you put your conversational solutions in this messaging channel, you are putting your marketing, sales, and service messages in the right channel. And that is the power of having digital assistants in the customer engagement channels. Given that we have got some background of what conversational experience is all about and how deploying digital assistants will elevate customer experience, let's look into the agenda points. First is the E.ON transformative story. So this is the E.ON of today. So as you can see, we have won a lot of awards. I'm going to talk about one of our award-winning case studies in the next section. And we have presence in more than 15 plus regional units of E.ON. And our automation rate is roughly around 60%. And by far, this is one of the best in the industry. In fact, in the recent example that I'm going to talk later, our automation rate is around 70%. And we have also onboarded Cognigy as our central conversational AI platform. And they help in building drag and drop solutions, which is one of our unique differentiating factors. I'll be talking about it in detail in our win theme slide. And we have also delivered many first of its kind solutions, such as the Alexa inspired bot-to-bot communication, where we kind of build bots as skills that are loosely coupled for better usability. Again, I will be talking about this in detail in the innovation slide. And we have also instituted automation at every part of the software engineering life cycle, right from testing to conversational analytics. In fact, I would proudly say that our analytics suite is one of the most elaborate or exhaustive suite in the industry with more than 100 plus KPIs. So this is the E.ON of today, but the journey was not easy. We had few challenges, right? So these were the challenges that we faced in the year 2015. So the first thing was, at that point of time, the primary mode of communication between E.ON and its customers were using phone and email communication, right? So this brought in two major challenges. One is the cost was quite high and also lack of 24/7 availability. And also, as you may be aware of, there was one unique transformation that happened in the year basically in the last decade. And that was the customers were getting digitally aware thanks to the FANG companies in the US. As you would know, like our adoption of social messaging or social media or mobile apps kind of, I would say quadrupled, or the growth was tremendous, right? And the customers were on a channel which is messaging, but we were not. So these were the challenges that we faced in the year 2015. And what did we do? We kind of applied what is called as the first principles thinking. Now, this is a famous philosophy that was propagated by the great Greek philosopher Aristotle. So it comprises of three major steps. One is identify the problem and assumptions, break it down to the lowest level of details, or I would say it's break it down to the atomic level of details, and then reverse engineer and build new solutions. So we kind of had this brainstorming days where we applied this first principles thinking to the challenges that we saw earlier, and this was our result. So we took the E.ON group gradually through the digital transformation journey. It's not that we dumped all the solutions to them on day one. So in the year 2015, we started off with the live chat solution, and in 16 was all about in-app messaging. 17, we introduced the first FAQ bot. 18, we introduced the first process bot, and also we kind of tested waters with the voice assistants. And in 2019, we instituted our bot factory, and we kind of called it as the AI Converse platform. Now, Bot Factory was our first step towards self-service. We wanted to give the power of bot creation in the hands of our customers, at least simple FAQ bots where they can drag and drop and build their own solutions and then advance from there. 2020, all of us know the COVID scenario that happened, because of which the digital adoption really kind of increased, and our chatbots, the number of the kind of projects that we are doing also got scaled up. and we still see the momentum to be intact. 2021, we rolled out an RFP and we selected Cognigy as our central solutions platform. I'll talk in detail about the kind of benefits that Cognigy brought in. In fact, we are able to engage with our customers in a wide variety of manner because of the platform. I'll talk about it in a bit in the next few slides. And this year is all about immersive customer experience, where we are trying to see how we can bring in metaverse and augmented reality and combine it with conversational AI and to kind of deliver the differentiated solution to the customers, right? Because when we talk about utility, right, it's not as exciting as buying an iPhone or buying your Nike shoes, right? So we need to see how we can bring more immersive customer experience. So we are planning for a hackathon with Microsoft this year. So that's the plan for 2022 and beyond. So for the last many minutes, I've been talking about a lot of theory, right? So this is our product showcase. As you could see, we have the live chat solution, in-app messaging, chatbots, and conversational analytics. Now, I would like to focus your attention on the conversational analytics part, the lineage chat, because that is also something that I will be talking about the innovations in the next slide. But these are all cool products, and obviously there's also a lot of voice bots, but I can't put the voice bot in in a slide, so that's why you will not find it. So then let's look at the innovations at E.ON, right? We believe that innovations is the seed to growth, and it is very important to stay relevant in the business world, right? If you look at the S&P 500 index or the NASDAQ 100 index, the kind of companies that were there in the year 2000 is very different from what it is today, right? Now the index is dominated by the FANG companies. And the reason is the innovative guys stay on and the less innovative people kind of get, kicked off. So these are some of the innovations that we have implemented in the conversational experience space. And I think it's worthwhile to spend a couple of minutes on this slide. So the first aspect is bot-to-bot integration. Now, this is something I also explained in the other slide. So this is more of an Alexa-inspired skill-based bot building. Let's try to understand this with an example, right? Say, for example, E.ON UK has a corporate bot with 5 different skills. Say IT help desk, HR help desk, finance help desk, marketing help desk, and sales help desk. Now we model all of these bots as skills. What is the advantage of this? So tomorrow, if E.ON, DE wants to kind of reuse the bot, but not all the skills, just 2 or 3 skills, they can just pick and choose whatever skill they want to, reuse. And there's obviously, if it is DE, I'm talking about German market, so there's a translation to be done. And Cognigy also offers an automated translation, or we also have in-house experts who can do that. But broadly, this has 2 major benefits. One, the rollout time is significantly reduced because we are reusing a lot of skills from the other bot. And also the customer gets a uniform experience across the different E.ON groups, irrespective of what language they use, right? Now, we all know about Alexa, right? Doesn't matter you use it in the US or in Germany, or my mom uses it in India. It's the same experience you get across the globe, right? So that's basically what we are kind of moving towards. Because at E.ON we don't have a centralized bot for all the units because of several regulatory aspects. But what we can deliver is more of a seamless experience across the RU. So that's the basic advantage of building this skill-based bot. And next one is the conversational lineage analysis. So this is synonymous to your customer behavior or customer journey analysis in the non-conversational world. It kind of gives you information on what is the most used path, what is the least used path, and what is that part of the process when the customers are getting dropped off. It kind of gives you that kind of insights. In fact, I would like to share an interesting story with you guys. Right, one of our distribution units found that the meter reading process was not as efficient as they would have imagined. So we kind of did an analysis in the lineage chart, and we found that at that point of the flow where the bot is asking the user for the customer number, we had as much as 80% dropouts. Now this is quite obvious, right? Because we as humans, we remember our mobile number, but we will definitely not remember our bank account or the energy customer ID, right? So the customers are taking a lot of time to kind of provide. So either the bot is timing out or the customers are dropping off. So we kind of re-engineered the process and kind of having phone number based customer identification and readjusting on the bot timeouts, and the automation that really picked up, and today we are at 60-65% roughly. So that's the power of this conversational journey analysis or lineage analysis as we call. Next is the personalized interaction, stateful callback. I'm sure all of us in our lifetime would have got a callback from the bot which says, hey Satish, this is your one-time password to do a certain transactions, right? But the problem with those bots are it is just a one-time transactional monologous bot, right? So what we have developed is a stateful bot, meaning the bot will call back the customer and pass on the specific information. And the customer can continue his conversational journey from the place where he kind of stopped before the bot called back. So this gives better customer experience. Next is the intelligent call routing, where we kind of route the callers based on their profile and intents to the right bots and the agent groups. This gives kind of good personalized customer service experience. And finally is the seamless channel experience. And this is something very interesting. Right? I'm sure all of us would have used the IT portals, which has got some 100 buttons before you kind of get your ticket created, right? And already we are frustrated because something is not working, and to add fuel to fire, the IT portal just asks you 10 other questions. But what if I can tell you that you can just get answers to your FAQs, create tickets, and also kind of perform certain business processes such as clearing your printer spool, etc., by just chatting with your bot, right? So that's really cool, right? And this bot is present on Teams, and it kind of integrates with all your ticket management system, and also it integrates with an RPA bot to bring in all this automation. So so basically these are some of the innovations that we have delivered in the E.ON world, and most of this is technical, but I've tried to make it more business oriented and also kind of give you the customer experience angle of these innovations. Now let's look into the organizational aspects or organizational themes, because whatever we saw in the previous slide was more on the functional concept or the technical concept, but there's a lot of organizational elements that we also use that has made our our practice a winning one. So first, we call ourselves as a Uber of conversational solutions, just like the way you can select the different types of cars in Uber. People can pick and choose the conversational solutions. I'm sure you recollect the 5 different types of conversational solutions I spoke about at the start of my presentation. So people can pick and choose, and it's not that they have to get the NTS stack. Next is the zero code AI platform. So thanks to our partners from Cognigy, we are able to build drag and drop solution. Now, this is helping us in multiple ways. And one key thing that I would like to highlight is because of the platform, we are able to engage with our customers in a flexible manner, meaning like we are able to cover the entire spectrum from self-service to full service. And we also call ourselves as the pod team because we are one cross-functional team where we have people right from project managers to business consultants to architects, developers, testers, and operational consultants. It's all single team, which enables us to deliver different kind of services to our customers. And because of the modularity of the platform, we are able to build plug and play solutions. You can combine different kind of NLU models. Basically, there's no one size fits all kind of solution, right? Because there are some models that does well for different languages in the European Union, but with Cognigy, we can always plug and play different NLU models. So that's all about the Lego piece. And the pre-built components, I spoke about it in the skill-based approach in the previous slide. So because of the skill-based loosely coupled approach that we have towards the solution building, it's more like out of the box solutions, and that can be easily reused across multiple deployments. Now, this is our next foray. We are trying to get into the space of immersive customer engagement. And as you can see in this chart, the complexity of the content kind of goes up when we move from the left to the right. Similarly, the complexity of the conversations goes from is lower on the lower end, and it kind of complicates as we move towards the top. And as you may recollect, in the year 2017, we started off with our first generic FAQ bot. So we were somewhere in the quadrant of generic FAQ. And I would proudly say that currently we are somewhere between the personalized and personalized conversation space. And with all this metaverse and augmented reality, I'm sure by this year we will get into this immersive customer engagement space. So this pretty much summarizes the first part of the webinar, where we kind of spoke about the challenges at E.ON and the first principles thinking that we applied, and the journey, our key innovations, and the win themes and our plan for the future. Now let's look into the second part of this presentation, which is about kind of focusing on one specific engagement. Basically, Essent is nothing but E.ON Netherlands. It's our sister concern. And these were some of our program highlights, right? So we implemented the entire 9 yards of the conversational solutions at Essent: live chat, chatbots, voice bots, and in-app messaging. And there are a lot of FAQs and automated transactions that is being done by these bots. But I would like to focus your attention on 3 key metrics in the slide, right? So we are talking about a 54% of customer contacts being deflected into conversation channels. Now this is a huge number, right? And out of this 54%, 70% is automated. So you can imagine with 1 million conversations, right? Almost 700K conversations are handled by the bot, and only 300K is forwarded to an agent. So there are 2 angles to it. One is the cost angle, obviously cost savings, but everything is not about cost savings, right? Just imagine the incredible amount of time that is saved for the agents that they could do for more value-added activities, right? Why do you need an agent to kind of help updating your meter read process, or help updating your telephone number or email it? Right? A bot can do it as well. So that is the dual advantage we delivered: cost savings as well as enabling the agents to upskill and more and perform more value-added activities. And there was also a plus 37 points increase in the NPS, because I believe that's the ultimate game, right? We want happy customers. So we also kind of achieved a good NPS. And this is basically our engagement philosophy. So we call it as the collaboratory. So it's a combination of 2 words, which is called collaboration and laboratory. So we live in this world of where the requirements and things change almost on a daily basis, right? So we need to be really collaborative to the customers. So that's pretty much clear. And we also call it as a laboratory, because conversational AI solutions are still new and evolving in ideas, right? So we have this scientist or laboratory kind of mindset, where we kind of test solutions through small POCs and MVPs before rolling it out to the larger audience. And then we kind of build transformative solutions once it has got the acceptance from this audience. So as you can see, it's a 6-step process, where we engage, ideate, and then build small MVPs, and train the users and try to get a focus group feedback on these, and then finally deliver some transformative ideas and use cases. So this is the engagement that we follow with all our customers, not just SN, but just putting a few things in context. I'm talking about it here. And finally, the result, it's promising. Again, happy to inform that our SN bot has won the Best Innovative Award in the Consumer Chatbot category at Cognigy Awards. And there are also several other places where many of other bots are in the finalist, and probably you will soon hear from us on these results too. So that pretty much is the end of my presentation. I thank you for patiently listening. And this is our team. I thought I'll make a small cartoonized image of the team. So this is basically the team that is behind this winning engagement, and all credits to them. So that's it from my end, and thank you for patiently listening.
Thank you very much, Satesh, for your presentation, and also kudos to your team. I know that behind every great achievement is a great team, and I think you can really be proud of what you achieved all together. We will zoom into a few interesting aspects of your projects in just a second, but let me first use this opportunity to say a few words about Cognigy. Cognigy, a market leader in conversational AI, powers up enterprise contact centers to exceed customer expectations, improve agent satisfaction, and rapidly respond to market changes. The Cognigy AI platform enables next-generation customer service with a suite of solutions, including conversational IVR, smart self-service, and Agent Plus Assist. In addition, Cognigy AI gives the enterprise all it needs to deliver always-on, personalized service experiences at scale on both voice and chat. If you would like to learn more about Cognigy, or you would like to get in touch with us to book a demo, ask some questions, or take a deep dive into our platform and all its functionalities, please feel free to reach out. You can visit our website at cognigy.com or go to cognigy.com/demo to set up a meeting and see Cognigy AI in action. Now, coming back to our guest, Satesh Kumar. Once again, thank you very much for your presentation. We have saved a few interesting questions for the end of this masterclass, and if it's all right with you, we can dive right in. Does that sound okay to you?
Sure. Please go ahead, Sebastian.
Okay, perfect. So you've spoken about the success you've had, and you've mentioned the well-deserved award, but there are obviously other metrics used to measure the success of your initiative. How do you deal with measuring what your chat and voice bots are doing?
So basically, I think very good question, Sebastian, because there is a saying which says what gets measured gets improved. And as I mentioned earlier in my slide, we have a conversational analytics suite with 100 plus KPIs, which is by far one of the most extensive suite in the industry. And we look at basically three major KPIs, right? Though our overall analytics suite gives insights on the business process efficiency, the customer engagement efficiency, and also on the NLU model and the Q&A KB. So it gives insights on all these four broad areas. But we look into three major KPIs to see the success of the particular bot. The first thing is the forwarding rate. After all, why do we have a bot? We have bot as our first level customer service agent to ensure that the calls or the chats that are coming inwards are being most of it handled by the bot, and only a very limited aspect is being forwarded to an agent, right? So first we look at the forwarding rate, and the next aspect is we look at two other metrics called automation rate and the FAQ helpfulness. Let's look at the automation rate. So automation rate is very relevant when we are talking about process bots such as meter read change or master data change or payment date change. So this kind of says like what percentage of the overall conversations are being 100% automated by the bot with respect to the process. And the next metric is called as the FAQ helpfulness, which again pretty much says what amount of the overall conversations the users felt the FAQ was helpful. This is applicable only to simple FAQ bots. So it really depends on the type of the bots. And we also do some kind of impact analysis based on this data, right? Say, for example, how does forwarding rate, agent availability, and recognition rates have an impact on the NPS? So this kind of multimodal analysis is also something that we do. So these are the ways we measure the success of the bot.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. Second question. When I talk to prospects or people from the industry, many are, of course, not as advanced as E.ON with their conversational AI initiatives. Quite frankly, many are just starting or they have just had limited experiences with simple FAQ bots. If you had to start all over again, what would be your top 3 tips for someone who's just starting out with conversational AI in an enterprise?
Again, this is very key, right? Because I think it's important to understand what are the must-do things and what are the good-to-have things, right? So, in my point of view, there are 3 critical aspects, right? First, you need to get the right bot persona. So, your bot should have a name. It should be having a kind of personality. For instance, in the German market, right, we also say the see versus do, right? There's a different way of addressing these 2 aspects. It's just one of the many other persona aspects. So getting that bot persona is very important because it defines the organization's image in front of the customer. So that is the first important aspect. Next thing is you need to extend your bot capability, because many times I hear from customers like, the bots are just simple FAQ bots, and that is not really inspiring for people to use, right? Because you can ask an FAQ in 100 different ways, and the success rate is also quite questionable. So the second aspect is extend the bot's capability beyond answering simple FAQs via some, business process automation using APIs or using, robotic process automations. Because when we present our bots to our customers, right, we say you can ask FAQs, you can execute business process, and you can also perform business actions such as clearing printer spool, etc., using the RPA integrations. They are really excited. So you need to kind of extend the bot's capability rather than just limiting it to FAQs. And finally, make analytics as a day one priority. For instance, in the innovation slide, I spoke to you about this conversational lineage chart and how it really helped to improve a business process, right? Because that is very critical, because what we see is most of us consider this is a chatbot project or a voice bot project and don't focus on the analytics. But the analytical thinking, why do we need analytics? What are the metrics we need to measure? And it's not just about metrics. How do we map the data to metrics to value? So that kind of a complete understanding must be there, and data logging must be done. So just to summarize, the right bot persona, extending the bot capability with API integrations in RPA, and third is making analytics as your day one priority. So these are the tips that I would give for folks who are just starting off with the conversational agent.
That sounds great and indeed very, very helpful. I'm sure everyone attending the masterclass appreciates that as much as I did. Now, coming to our last question here. One thing that stood out for me during your presentation was your mention of the metaverse. That's a very future forward thing to consider when you're working on a conversational AI project. So, as an industry expert, with your experience, can you give us your insights? How do you see the future of conversational AI?
Absolutely. Even we are also really excited about this metaverse theme and the whole concept of augmented reality, right? So see, let's try to understand what is metaverse, right? It's all about immersive customer experience that also probably involves touch and feel. We are taking the engagement at that level, right? And we believe that conversational AI will be a key driver, as it would stand as the bridge that communicates between the users and the metaverse entities, right? See, let's try to understand this with an example. Say in case you go to a metaverse store of Nike, and you as a user can interact with a virtual avatar, which is nothing but the underlying aspect as nothing but your voice bot or chat capability. And that can help in finding the right product. In this case, shoe based on the preferences, say style or purpose, right? So that is the aspect where the virtual avatar comes into play. And users can also kind of touch and feel objects. In this case, wear shoes in their own avatar. And the most interesting aspect is we are also analyzing possibilities of having multi-entity convergence, right? Say, for example, if the bot is not able to, if the bot in the metaverse is called as an avatar, right? So if the avatar is not able to, really help an, customer or a user, how can we bring in agent into the aspect, right? So that is again something that, we are exploring. And this may look like scientific fiction, but I have to say, like, there are some tools from Microsoft such as holoportation and, digital twins along with their mesh platform that will help in this kind of multi-user engagement in the metaverse world. So just to summarize, a virtual avatar, that will be the key constituent of the conversational AI solution. And also that brings in all the voice recognition and other capabilities. And also bringing in an agent, right? Using technologies such as holoportation and digital twins. So these are the things that we see how conversational AI, along with an agent handover in the current world, will transform into the metaverse.
Very interesting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for E.ON. There's a lot to come, and I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. Once again, many thanks for sharing your insights with us today. So with that, we've come to the end of this masterclass. Once again, thank you, Satesh from E.ON, for joining us today, and thank you to everyone for watching. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. In case you missed them, you can now watch the first two masterclasses in our Power Up series on demand. In the first two parts, contact center industry experts Brian Cantor and Sheila McKee-Smith took us through how to achieve a perfect self-service that exceeds customer expectations and supports agent satisfaction. Don't forget to also check out the fourth and final masterclass in our series on predicting the next generation of customer service. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again online. Bye-bye.